Hey, what's going on everybody? Michael here. Welcome back to another episode of Technoid. Today we've got a brand new special video. This one is kind of an all-in-one video because I had multiple things done in this video. So I just wanted to take this moment to show you guys what we've been up to in the Tesla upgrade department. And of course, as you know, EVBase has been the biggest supporter of the Technoid show. So I do want to take this moment to thank them and send them appreciation and to really express my gratitude for them being a part of the show. And today we have gotten a lot of accessories that we're going to talk about and that we're basically going to review. And what we have here is a multitude of products. We have a roof spoiler, we have fins for the lights in the front, the fog lights, and of course, all new tire caps that are basically a brand new design from the previous one. So we're going to start off with the fins. And as you can see, we've got my uncle doing his thing. There's the OG Batman right there. OG Batman. Look at that. Look at that. Or Wolverine. You could go Wolverine. But basically, these are an accessory piece that helps to give the front piece a little bit of a flair. And as you can see, when combined with the front spoiler, it does give a nice overall reproduction of that sporty like car feel. And we are of course going to install those, and you'll see how we did it. But also included is the second and probably the coolest one that I've been wanting since I've gotten my Tesla Model Y, and that is of course a roof spoiler. Now, if you have a regular spoiler that goes on the back of the trunk, then you don't necessarily need this. But the idea is it's supposed to help with aerodynamics and is supposed to be more enhanced for a better experience in terms of driving and also with wind. And if you have a back spoiler, you technically don't really need this, so you're really getting it for the aesthetics. But if you don't have a spoiler, this is one to definitely consider. It goes on the top of the roof, so it doesn't protrude on the back, and it does do a very good job when it comes to the aerodynamics of the car. Now, of course, we are unboxing it. It is made of carbon fiber, which is the same material as everything that I have on my Tesla Model Y. So we are, of course, going to unbox everything as you're seeing it. Now we're going to start the installation process. Now, first thing we like to do, as always, is map out the dimensions, basically get a rough scan of where it's going to be and how it's going to look. Of course, my uncle being precise and always making sure everything is detailed as possible will always take those extra steps. Now, of course, me being the recorder and also the learner, because I am the student in this game, it is a fun experience always doing with my uncle, and it's one that I don't think I'm ever going to stop doing. So I think that the Tesla videos are going to be exclusive to me and him going forward. But with that being said, let's take a shout out to ammo, because my uncle does love his ammo, and that is what we're going to use to clean the car and to clean the components. Now, of course, you want to make sure you have a very good clean surface whenever you are applying anything when it comes to accessories, because the tiniest amount of dirt and grime is of course going to build up over time. So definitely make sure that you wipe down the surface as you're doing it. Now that we've cleaned down the surface, let's start it off with the spoiler. Now, after the surface has been cleaned and thoroughly prepped, the next step is, of course, a rubbing alcohol wipe. This helps to reduce any contaminants, and we're going to let this sit for a few moments. Now, of course, some of you may be saying, well, you should really just do it at this moment. We basically wiped it down and just wanted the alcohol and everything to just set for a few moments. While that's basically setting, we move to the front of the car where we put the fins on. The fins are actually very, very easy to attach, so there's really not much here that needs to be said about this, but basically you want to align them as best as you can to the lights. You don't want to attach them on the lights. Basically, you align them and you stick it on, and that's it. There's really nothing here that screams over justification. It's just as simple as that. Now, of course, when it comes to the installation, you do want to make sure that you are not only aligning it as best as you can, you also want to make sure that there's no bumps and grooves. Now, if you've noticed, my uncle had to take it off because there wasn't a moment with the car's design that it didn't fit flush. So you do want to make sure that this fits as best as possible, and more importantly, you want to make sure it lines up with the car's ergonomics and not just based on it. Once you get it in line, it looks very, very nice. And of course, we will definitely show a final shot of it, but as you can see, apply a little bit of pressure and then you move on to the other side. And the other side is relatively the same process, and it's really easy from that point forward. There's really not much else for me to say in this segment, so now let's move on to the spoiler. Moving on to the spoiler, you just attach it onto the roof of the hood, and that's really it. You basically just pull the strings and then you attach it. Once it's attached on, that's what it looks like. So this one is a very quick and easy one, not one to spend a lot of time on. This is the final end results that we have of the front and also the back spoiler. So now that we've added the add-ons, let's move on to the next. And the next piece, of course, is the tire caps. Now, I did do this one myself. These are the new design. They previously gave me one that was inspired by the Model S, as you were seeing. However, there were a few things with that wheel cap that I didn't really like. There was a rattling noise that I later learned was something that I ended up messing up, but there was a rattling noise, and if you didn't know and you were just putting these on, you wouldn't know how to solve it, and I will go into more details later. But the new design is more inspired by the induction wheel design of the 20-inch tires, and honestly, they look really, really cool. However, these tire caps do have one thing that I do need you guys to all be aware. When you put the caps on, make sure that they are clicked into place almost flushed and seamless, and I will explain that as we install it. But inside of the box, you do get the adhesive tape if you need any extra adhesive to apply the stickers. They do come with the plates that you can put inside that says T for Tesla, but in my experience, I did notice that they did give me one that was not actually with Tesla branded, but they were plain, but then they eventually did send the one with the Tesla logo. So now that we've established everything here, let's put them on. Now, going back to what I said in regards to the actual installation, make sure, as you're seeing here, you clip them in, because one thing that I noticed compared to the previous hubcaps is that these need to be pressed on extremely tight, because one tiny bump will make these things come loose. Now, I haven't experienced that so far since the recording of this video, but I noticed it, and you got to make sure that when you align this, and now you see I'm not the best when it comes to this, but once you get it on, honestly, take those extra few seconds and make sure that it is on tight. You see that corner right there where my hand is? Yeah, I learned that the hard way. So make sure that it is on nice and tight, and make sure that it is flush. Now, going on to the rest of the car, you can see that it's a fairly easy process. You want to make sure you align it with the tire cap side, and once you place it in, it is flush from there. And that is really everything that we have new on the Tesla Model Y. This is the final results with the back spoiler, the front design, and also the new tire caps. I want to thank EVBase for partnering with my channel and being a huge supporter in the Technoid show. They have been kind to me and my channel, and they've been doing a lot of great work in the third-party accessory world, and I definitely want to give them some appreciation, and I want to thank them in advance for doing everything they have. Check out all the products on their website. I will leave links in the description. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you dislike the video, you can hit the dislike button. That helps circulate my videos as well. As always, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next Tesla video. Have a good day, and peace!